Change. This train not taking passengers.
Okay. Hi everyone. This is really all right. Things are a bit weird, and I'll run you through it. I've just spent the last 2 weeks trying to set up this studio, and a whole bunch of new technical upgrades. After long last. Okay, you know when you buy something out of the box and you turn it on and it's got all the instructions and blah, 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 and you just trust that when you plug it in, it's going to work. When you connect it to your computer, it's going to work. Or, when you hook it up to your TV, it's going to work, yada, yada, yada. As a technical guy, I take pride in the fact that I can usually get shit to work even when I'm trying my hardest. But, for some reason, this migration to a new studio should have been pretty seamless. It's not like I'm using anything really different. I bought a Mac Mini for the base of recording all our episodes. I bought a new laptop, to use during the thing. Hooked up my old TV so we can actually have a screen that we can actually look at. Got all the sound running through the headphones and And it's just been an absolute shit fight to get everything to work. Anyway, I got here. And I'm by myself, and this is, I was bringing a new laptop, and I was bringing a new cable down to try some shit out, basically. I plugged in, and it was the thing, because like I said, I've done everything, with a broken leg, basically, the entire time. So I plug in the cables, plug in the audio, and everything's frustrating me because all the, cables are everywhere, and I spent hours trying to get everything synced up, and I thought I'd done it. And, so I've ripped up duct tape from the ground, and I rode here, so I'm wearing these tight Kevlar jeans and boots. I'm getting frustrated, so I've literally sitting here pantless right now with no boots on. So this one's for Andy. Just because I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. Anyway, I plug everything in, turn on the laptop, hit record, and just press play on, a random track that I just lined up in YouTube, which I actually heard earlier today for some reason, and it fired up. It actually worked. Straight off the bat, it worked. This is the first thing that I've actually managed to pull off without even, having no faith, getting prepared to be here for hours on end. And it actually worked. Anyway, enough of that. This is going to be quick. This is just a quick update purely because I was in the area and I had agenda, to be here other than record, and I thought I should probably try something. Just explain. Yeah, we've actually moved studios. I moved studios. I realized basically when I moved the old plate, when we moved into the, ground control, the last studio, it really was out of necessity, and it was last minute, as in there was no thought taken. It was just, you know what? I need a studio. This one, done. It was literally the first place I found. It was in an area that I was close with. It was an area, that I was familiar with. It seemed okay. The price seemed fine. Let's do it. And then, I hadn't even moved in properly yet. And I ended up losing my job, being made, redundant shortly in that week, the same week where I'd signed a lease. And I just rolled with it and see what happened. And ground control was really cool, but it just sucked. For the first year that I was there, it was still sort of setting it up, and I never really got comfortable in there ever. As well as I'd set it up, it was just too small. As a sound sort of thing, it was good. But at the same time, it was just way too small. You just couldn't breathe. For any guys or girls that had been in there, they'd be able to tell you that it was tiny. For the year that my lease had started in May of 2019. So for nearly 2 years, for the first year, it was just really uncomfortable. And then when finally I sort of got it to a point where, that's as best as I can do. But, we're starting picking up speed again. Bang, Corona. So then there was that to deal with. And so I didn't go back in there for, 8-9 months. And, well, however long it was, from freaking, I don't remember, I remember talking about with the guys, it was like, March to December sort of thing, late November. So that sucked. And then, I thought, you know what, I need to actually save some money. Like, I'm making a few different moves, taking on a few different things, and, thought, you know what, I've got to move. I've got to be, sort of heads above water, at least in this scenario. So I thought, what am I going to do? So it took a week or two to find a new place, found a new place, slightly bit, as far as finances go, it's not that much different, but, the property itself is huge compared to the old joint. There's air conditioning, there's room, the only problem is location isn't the best as far as audio goes, but we'll just see. This is basically why I'm doing this episode, really. So I actually just want to see how it pans out. At the same time, another big thing is, I've changed the name of the podcast. It's been a long time coming. I didn't know how long it was going to stick out, as that's not right. But, I feel like with the new move, new sort of, direction, not even direction, it's more or less the same shit. I mean, just idiots talking shit on the mic, and then the occasional guest that actually has a brain or some knowledge on something other than hentai or, it's just kind of funny that I'm sitting here pantless purely because, you gotta give Andy this one. This is out of pure necessity. I think once I get everything set up, I'll be fine. Even if I ride here, it'll be fine. But, hopefully the acoustics turn out alright. There's still a bit more work I need to do here, but you know what, this had to happen, along with the name change. It's in no way to disrespect all the work that we did, and, that's not right. That's how it started back in, when was it, May 2016. Carried it as long as it could, and it's just time for a change. Trainspotters Podcast is basically, I don't know if anyone actually jerried to it, or, whoever still listens to this shit. Trainspotting is my favourite movie, or one of my favourite books anyway. Maybe not my favourite movie, but it is one of my favourite books, and by extension, a really good movie to watch. If anyone doesn't remember, it's, Edinburgh, like Scotland, or the big sort of, pill scene, in the late 80s, early 90s. Ewan McGregor, I don't know who else is in that movie. But, it's brilliant. And, considering that we're actually right by a train line, you may actually hear trains in the background. I actually don't know. You have to see what happens. But, as far as the word train spotting, what it actually means is, there's a bunch of meanings for it. Like, there's a literal meaning of, train spotters, the train aficionados, not the model trains, but, the people that just literally watch trains. But there's another meaning for it, which is more of a derogatory term, and it's about someone who, has a niche hobby or an interest or something like that can absolutely scrutinize it and know every little detail about it. Doesn't matter how remote it is or how obscure. And that's sort of like what we do on this podcast. Like, most of the time, it's just stupid facts that we all know based on absolutely nothing that anyone else would ever be interested in, but we bring it to the table like it's fresh conversation, like anyone gives a shit. Whew. Anyway, there's that, and there's also another slang term for train spotters. It would be, heroin junkies, because the train lines. You got train tracks down your arm and all that sort of stuff. So, there's a couple meanings of the word, but I just thought for now, you know what, I don't know, maybe the name will change again, like who knows? Maybe with the shit cunt podcast or something, or garbage podcast, I don't know. There really isn't much to report on that, like outside of what I just said. This really is just to test the acoustics and just sort of give a heads up to everyone. Still in the same place. I mean, just search Trainspotters Podcast. I mean, if you're already listening to this, nothing's going to change. You'll be able to find the new episodes. I really want to streamline a whole bunch of stuff as well. I bought a new computer at home. My computer fucking died on me about a week ago. And my first thought was, Jesus Christ, I've got all this work to do outside the podcast. And then there's the podcast, here we go. I got no idea how loud and clear that's going to be, but I do know when the V-lines go past, it's actually pretty brutal. But, it is what it is. My first thought was, shit, I've got all this work to do. I haven't got a computer. What am I going to do? Blah, blah, blah. And I just sort of bit the bullet and said, you know what? I jumped on Marketplace. You could find decent gaming computers for, $400-500. And, using what I already know, using the parts I already have, I just put something together. And, I've managed to do all the work I've been doing for the last 5-6 years using my piece of shit PC. And, it was fine. In a sense that I got it done. So anything above that is just like liquid gold. yeah, so I spent the last week bumping up all my old software and, data and all that sort of crap. And then got this laptop for the actual podcast to make it easier on everything, and it actually works, thank God. Finally got the Mac Mini in and got that working. So for the first time ever, I'm actually sitting in a studio that I'm nearly 100% comfortable with, which is really weird. Now, at the same time, I've been riding my bike a lot and just trying to top and tail a lot of situations. But I've said it before. I don't know if I've said it on a podcast since we got back, but considering the fact that we've gone through COVID, one of the most debilitating things that the 21st century sort of thing. Like anyone in my lifetime, last big thing would have had was September 11, and then a couple viruses in between that didn't really affect us at all. But considering the situation, considering some stuff in my personal life, considering the economy, considering everything, I'm probably in the best mental health space I've ever been, where I'm not feeling this burden every day I wake up, which is a positive, I guess. I don't know. It just feels like, I'm still broke, still working, 17, 18 hours a day, 7 days a week, still doing all that. Nothing's changed on that front. But it just doesn't feel hopeless anymore, considering everything that's happened, I guess it's a good thing. Yeah. I know, it's really weird. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm just looking around and, it's all the same stuff that we've had, except, I changed a few things, changed some chairs. I've got to add a few bits of, decorative shit. Finally put up all the panels that I had in the old studio, but, secured them so they don't just fall down every 2 seconds. It's actually feeling like a proper studio, and had a coffee machine donated to me by a mate, and, it's just weird. I'm at a point, where I've got, my home office studio up. I've got a studio, off-site, another location which I can use anytime I want, and it actually works, and I can trust all the equipment's going to work, everyone's going to be comfortable. Got the bike, got the car, it's just, I'm still working. Things are up. For now. I don't know. There really isn't much more for me to say. I don't know. I feel like I should talk about a few things, but I really don't have much. Here it comes. I hope to God that's a Valon. I can't even see from here. That's a problem. I don't know. I wonder if it's going to come up. I hope it does. I hope it does. It's going to set a new benchmark of shitty podcasting that I've managed to churn out, after 5 years of doing this shit. I want to thank everyone that's actually been listening. I put up the last episode of That's Not Right. I put it up maybe a week ago or so, and I had a bunch of people messaging me saying, hey man, like, heard the episode, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, shit, people are still listening. That was my first concern. It's been a journey, especially like moving all the shit here. There was a lot of stuff from, the first, studio we had, the dojo, and, it's just weird. It's been like a time sort of capsule thing, just going back and looking at all the stuff, and it's crazy. Like, it's crazy that it's come this far, but, it just sucks, through pandemic, through the year before that, with all the inconsistencies and all that sort of shit. Someone asked me today that didn't know I actually did a podcast. They asked me, who do you do it with, and, who's been on, and la la la, and it's like, you know what, there have been a few names that have come through. You know what I mean? I want to thank everyone that's actually been a part of it, because without everyone that's ever been on this podcast, I wouldn't have learned half the shit I have. I don't know, I guess, I don't know what you guys want to hear anymore. Like, a lot of people say to me they like hearing the randomness, they like hearing the personal shit, they like hearing just me and, John and Andy argue over random shit. They like learning stuff, which is, I didn't think anyone would ever learn anything from us outside of, a keto diet and how to bootleg movies off the internet without getting caught. yeah, I don't know how, I don't know. I mean, do we just keep being ourselves? Do I keep bringing in more guests? I really don't know what anyone wants. I guess I've never known. I didn't even know what a podcast was until, Johnny told me what it was. So yeah, it's going to be a learning curve, I guess. I'm just hoping, I get to do more of these. And that's the thing. I actually have the space, and I've got to remind myself that I actually have this space, and I really hope that I actually utilize it. I'm actually praying to God that there isn't too much echo in here. But, there's more panels and shit I got to put up, and it's more money and blah, 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 blah. Whatever. But I do know that, we're going to bring in the PS2 as well. I'm going to try and get my Mega Drive back, so this may just become a gaming den for 3 losers in their 30s with nothing else to do. Oh God, I really hope this records and it's okay. We're doing it, hopefully, this is going to be short, so I can probably edit it by the time I get home. I'm hoping to God I can find, I took all the USB sticks out of here like an idiot, and I don't actually have one to bounce it off this Mac Mini, so I'm going to be forced to take it home, which is something I really don't want to do. I've basically stopped the last 3-4 weeks. I've stopped, man. I've not cooked. I need to go to groceries. I need toilet paper and milk. Like, one of my most pathetic moments is when my milk expires. Now, I used to buy 2 liters of milk every 2 days. Literally. I'd use like a liter for like 2 bowls of cereal in the morning, and then I would like drink like an animal from the fucking carton at some point in the middle of the night. But that was me. Like, I always drank a lot of milk. Any reason to drink milk, I'd look for it. And man, at least 3 times this month, I've opened my fridge up, full well knowing there's nothing in there, but opening it up just in case, someone that doesn't exist put some food in there while I was at work or, asleep in the gutter. And, fuck, we're idiots. Human beings are absolute fucking idiots. Like, why do we open the fridge full well knowing there is no food or anything worth consuming in that, in that fridge? But the few times that I actually got up early enough to have breakfast, fucking milk was expired. And it's like, man, this 2 liter milk is 3/4 full. Really? You dickhead? Like I've got the luxury to just, throw away milk. I don't cry over spilled milk. I cry over spoilt milk. And then, there was, like, I made a slow cooked roast, like 2-3 weeks ago. Didn't actually get to roast the veggies and whatever else I had planned to put with it. Ended up leaving the meat in the fridge for a week. I was making sandwiches with it for work and just, tearing hawks into it when I get home because I was hungry. And then in the end, I had to throw it out. And then the stock sat in the fridge. Man, it got to the point where, like, the ants had come, for fuck's sakes, because I hadn't cleared the dishes off my fucking sink. That wasn't the dishes. It was like 2-3 crumbs that I hadn't lost, like I hadn't seen behind another glass. I've never felt so disgusted in my life, man. I never let that shit happen. I'm a fucking animal, man. Anyway, the good thing is I don't actually hear a hum. One of the biggest concerns was I used to see Macs, pieces of shit Macs. I had this is where Macs really pissed me off. I had the MacBook that I've been using for the last like 2-3 years. The audio out of it was just like a regular stereo cable that, you'd use for your iPod or whatever to plug into like a speaker or something. And I was running that to TV. No, I was running out to the preamp, like the mixer where we used to record. And there was this innocuous hum. Just like this staticky sound. And it pissed me off. And now, here's, shitty Lenovo fucking laptop. HDMI out. And it works. There's silence. Oh, God. Anyway, I probably should talk a bit louder because this is more like what my voice is when the guys are in here, because you got to yell over everyone to get your word in. And I'm really worried now because there's a bit of an echo, and there's more I could probably do, like put up more panels. There's more sheeting and shit I need to put up, but I don't know how much better I'm going to get it than this. But I know with the 3 of us in here arguing about something completely pedestrian, like shoelaces, what's better, Velcro or snaps? I know it's going to get ugly, like big time. I think this is okay. I don't know. Time beats in time. Here we go. How long has this been going? Oh, 20 minutes. Yeah, I think that's enough. Oh, good. All right. Well, anyway, I'm going to wrap it on that because I think I'm going to have to fix all the cabling and shit here. Now that I know that all this works, I'm going to have to fix it because I won't be able to live with myself if I don't. Yeah, I won't be able to sleep. We're going to drive all the way back down here to put some duct tape down. But yeah, no, I'm glad it's worked out. I really don't want Andy to listen to this one because he's going to hear that I was pantless for it, and then he's going to be making a policy that he's going to be doing it every fucking day. The good thing is I've got some cheap ass, man, you know what? Thank COVID for one thing. Everyone setting up home offices, to work from. And now because we're at the end of COVID, everyone's got all these office equipment and furniture that they don't want. The day I was driving to the studio, I realized, you know what? I need some desk chairs, man, like some proper chairs. I love the dining chairs that I've been using for the last 5 years or whatever. They were my mum's, actually. I grew up on these dining chairs. They're black, solid, still like the freaking sponge. Man, these chairs, we had them when I was a kid. Every Easter and every Christmas, I would have to haul them out of the garage, vacuum them, and like drag them into the house. I swear to God, man, they're like fucking anvils. And I'd have to drag them out every Christmas, every Easter, every time we had like a big gathering at dinner, like a formal dinner. And legit, the sponge is still good in them. I don't understand it. You buy a pillow for like $30 from them, and it's soft within 2 weeks. I don't understand. Anyway. But yeah. So yeah, the day I was driving here, literally, it's pretty funny when we actually emptied this joint out. When we emptied the old studio out, I heard from the landlord at the old joint, bless him, great guy, I told him I had to pull the pin because I just couldn't afford it anymore, blah, blah, blah. And he called me up a couple of days later and he said, listen, if you get out by the end of it was Monday, and he goes, if you get out by the end of the week, you won't have to pay the extra month rent that's coming up. Yeah, as per contract, I would have had to pay out the last 6 weeks. And he goes, if you can get out by this week, you won't have to pay the next month's rent. And if I can lease it out within the next week or two, I'll get you your bond back as well. But outside of that, I really can't do much more because, you give me last minute notice. I said, yeah, that's fine. Totally. Called up Andy, Malaka, what are you doing? I was like, nothing. Like, good. You're coming to the studio. We're emptying it out. We're moving in to the next joint. I'm like, all right. And then I got on Marketplace, found found some dude with a van. Just had the shit empty in 2 hours. But, God bless Marketplace, man. If Facebook has one use, it's Marketplace. I got like all my bike gear off there cheap. And yeah, as I was saying, driving to the studio, I'm like, you know what? I need some chairs. Jumped on Marketplace, Radius, Type, bang. $50. I picked up 2 brand new office chairs, like literally brand new, man. It's incredible. Here's to, hoarders and cheapskates like me. But seriously, anyway. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Like, I'm actually looking around, like I said before, and there's a lot of new stuff and a lot of old stuff. But for the first time, it actually feels like a proper studio. Yeah, I'm not climbing over shit to get to my seat and ripping cables out in the meantime, not pressing play and it's not recording and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I just, there's a bit of room though. So I want to know, maybe I took up John's offer. He said something about making like a little featurette, maybe where there's a fridge and a coffee machine and all that sort of shit. But, yeah, there's still more stuff to be done, but we'll figure it out. Anyway, I'm just noticing what time it is. I've still got a lot of work to do. I haven't done any groceries yet. My house is empty. Anyone would think the place was fucking ransacked, seriously. But yeah, I should go and cook something too. I really don't have the energy to do it. No, it doesn't matter. I need toilet paper and milk. Sad, pathetic times, man. And that's the thing. I had a tat appointment set up last Thursday, and thank God my artist said, look, you know what? I'm kind of beat today. How about we do it like next week or two? I'm like, yeah, good idea. Idiot me was going to go pick up the computer that same day. Man, it's money I don't have. Like, I literally don't have it. But whatever. Anyway, all right, cool. Look, again, I want to thank everyone. Like I said, I want to thank everyone that's ever appeared on this podcast. I'm not going to name everyone because really there can't be that many people. But anyway, everyone that's ever appeared on That's Not Right. And for making it what it was, especially at its, like, you know, at sort of peak of, followers and all that sort of shit. Please let me know what you actually after and what you want to hear more of. Cause I am like shooting in the wind. I'm no more certain. Man, half the time I don't even think anyone even listens to this shit. You know, I'm just doing it because it's fun. It's actually become fun. You know, it's 5 minutes out. And I said I was done 5 minutes ago, and here we are, 5 minutes later. But yeah. Like, share, follow, subscribe, the new joint, Trainspotters Podcast. Still, the name may stick around, the name may not. I don't know. If anyone has any suggestions, by all means, you know, and if you can, send money, because I really need it. Anyway, cool. Thursday will be, back to regular programming. We now return you to Will and Grace.
Hold up.